Hey, this is Clayton and Drew from Thriving Ivory, and you're on MusiquePlus.com.
Le groupe Thriving Ivory était de passage à Montréal ce week-end au cabaret Juste pour rire en ouverture pour le groupe de Midway State. Les membres du groupe sont toujours en train de profiter d'une vague de succès qu'ils ont connue grâce à leur chanson monstre Angels on the Moon. Leur première présence à Montréal, par exemple, a été parsemée de malchance. Ils se sont fait dévaliser dans leur van. Malgré ça, les gars étaient quand même de bonne humeur. Ils sont assis avec moi pour 2 minutes pour parler du nouvel album.
You guys were joking around on stage, and you look like you're in a pretty good mood considering the events of earlier today. You guys,
Yeah.
your van was broken into.
We got robbed.
Yeah, and it's not the first time actually, but this was probably the worst. Well, I don't know. Yeah, our van just got smashed. 3 laptop cases got taken with all the stuff in them. And like the things that really matter the most to me when I'm thinking back about what I lost, we just played with Sarah McLachlan a few days ago, and I got like an autograph thing wrote to me, whatever. And that, you know, of course, was in there. I don't know. That kind of stuff drives me nuts. Computers, whatever, we can replace that, you know.
Aside from this bummer incident, how's this tour been with Midway State?
It's been great. You know, we'd been to Canada a few times before, but had never played any shows. So it's cool to come to places. We've been to Montreal, but never played a show in Montreal. So, and I know since we left, we're getting airplay here now on the radio stations and stuff. So it's going to be interesting coming back and having people at a show, you know.
I was listening to your record prior to meeting you guys and reading a lot of what was being said, and I kind of feel like you guys are kind of like at the brisk of something big. You're kind of at crossroads, and this might be, you know, the beginning of something really big. Do you guys feel that way?
Yeah, I mean, it's been everything's been very gradual. It seems
like that for a long time.
But no, within the last couple months, with radio, both in the States and in Canada, picking up and charting in the top 40 now, finally, and things really feel like they're starting to pop, you know, which is great. I mean, we've been doing this for a while, you know, so it's very exciting.
You guys had this record sort of in the can for so long. At this point, are you frustrated that it took so long for people to start taking notice? Or is it finally like, you know, all right, justice has been served and people are finally realizing what we've known for a long time?
No, both of those for sure. It's funny to hear people talk about like the new album and like Angels on the Moon, which is one of the oldest songs that we have, you know, it's like six and a half years, however old the band is, you know. But it was frustrating when we were out there like shopping to everybody and couldn't get the attention that we wanted to, but I don't know, it all feels really good, you know. It's just like each step along the way, like he said, it's been pretty gradual, even though it might seem different than that, but I don't know, it feels great.
Do you believe in the day that you were born? Tell me, do you believe?
The fact that the label decided to keep a lot of the original album, was that again like sort of a letdown? Like, you know, every band, you know, you kind of like do your own songs and you're looking forward to that big expensive studio and getting the songs down the way you exactly wanted
No,
them.
I mean, they thought that the record was you know, 80% there, and it was actually our choice. We wanted to re-record a song that we thought we hadn't quite nailed, and we had a new song that we wanted to record. So we got both experiences. We recorded 90% of the record in our basement, which is where we practice, and then the other 2 songs we did with Howard Benson in LA in the $1 Million Studio. So we weren't there for that long. It was only like a week and a half, but still we got to experience, you know, quickly for a minute the studio. So we redid Angels on the Moon in that studio, and actually being the 2 versions, we had the basement version and the studio version, and we actually we went with the basement version. So the one that's on, you know, Musique Plus and the radio up here and the radio in the States is that basement version that we've had all along.
And don't tell me if I'm dying, 'cause I don't wanna know if I can't see so. Maybe I should go, but don't, because I'm dreaming of angels on the moon. And everyone you know never leaves you soon. But do you believe?
It's been a while since these first songs were written. Are you guys riding on the road, or you're sort of like waiting till the cycle's over to get back at it?
No, I think we were always scared of being in that place of, you know,
Sophomore slump.
yeah, having 6 months to write a second record, you know. So last year, while we were waiting for, you know, the album to come out and waiting to start touring and stuff, we just kept writing, and so I mean, we've got a bunch of songs. I think we'll be ready.
Before you were even signed, you had a really good run on MySpace, like 500,000 views, and you guys were doing pretty good without the label. Do you feel like you could have done it without them?
I don't know. I think for all unsigned bands, you know, I think the technology and MySpace and the Facebook, those things that are available to unsigned bands especially are really invaluable, especially growing your fan base and promoting your music without a record label, whether it's a major or an independent label. I know we were able to sell our own CDs, get our music out there, promote our own shows solely on MySpace. It was a huge help.
We've met a lot of bands too on the way now that have got a huge start with, you know, their own selling CDs out of their basement. They call it, you know what I mean? But really, there's like a step two that the label's been able to come in at that point and take us to another level. Because as far as like getting stuff on the radio and stuff like that, that's a whole different ballgame that we really have no idea about until they come in, you know. So I think in our case, it took both, definitely.
Well, enjoy Montreal, and hopefully we didn't leave too bad of a taste in your mouth.
That's not your fault, man. Hopefully they catch those punks.
Yeah, maybe they'll come to the show tonight. We'll see.
Wearing the backpack.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right.